and it's a Lappi who's down the rally order after problems earlier on, that gets the rally underway. And Firma alongside the Finnish driver then in the Citroën, the teammate to Sebastian Ogier in the number 4 car, making his way through the donut area, swinging the back end of the car around. Third in this rally last year, but way down the order, I'm afraid, for Lappi coming into this. He's down in 28th place in the rally so far. He's down towards the next set of chicanes already then. Through the tyre stacks goes Lappi, and about to negotiate this super tight hairpin then, approaching from the left, and the aid of the rain is at the back of the car more easily than it was with the dry conditions for the historic cars earlier on. So the handbrake turns mean the car slide more easily through what's a very tight chicane. Negotiates the chicane the other way around this time with no dramas, past the commentary box, and then absolutely flying and dancing over the wet tarmac on the way back into the donut area, back into the car, set up then, gets the angle in, the nose pointed in, and through he goes out of the donut area, back on himself through what's almost a hairpin now, as he goes left, sends the back end of the car dancing around, and then back onto the roadway. One more chicane to negotiate now around this 2.4 kilometre stage for Lappi, the Finnish driver, through the chicane and sprints for the line, and the Citroën gets the stage underway, and with no real dramas there. I'd say he's got nothing to lose really, because he's a long way down the order in terms of the overall time. But that was showing you what a good competitor Lappi is. As they third in the rally last year, fifth in the World Rally Championship last year. Not going to be his weekend this time, it seems, but it was nonetheless an impressive performance from him. So Lappi going through, completing the first run on a very wet stage, rain looking like it's set in, unfortunately, for the rest of this. The former European rally champion from 2014 and a former WRC2 class champion as well, has been a national champion like many of these competitors are, getting the rally underway. That's the Lappi with a very solid start to the rally stage here in Colwyn Bay. So a couple of minute intervals they'll go at. 50 cars remaining in the rally, but a few dropping out with dramas. One of them being Oliver Solberg, the 18-year-old son of Petter Solberg. Petter's making his final rally appearance at this level. It's the first time for Oliver, but he's had problems in his way down the order as well. So there's already been dramas for some of them. Next car underway then, making its way through the chicane. Coming into view very shortly. Here it is, right in front of the commentary box. It is going to swing its way through. And a fantastic sound as the car makes its way past. And it's the first of the Fords. It's Pontus Tidemand, the Swedish driver for M Sport. Oliver Flowen alongside in the co-driver's seat. This is a former WRC2 champion. Down towards the chicane, and that is done very nicely indeed. Back into the car, dancing around, down towards the hairpin, quite smooth. Developing as well now for the cars on the way out of that hairpin section and up towards the chicane, but for now it's not causing any dramas. So Pontus Tidemand in the number 7 car, making his way through. And Pontus back towards the donut area in front of a big crowd that's gathered down there. 8th in Sweden, 9th in Turkey, his best results this season. So he's been in the top 10 overall, only entered 4 rounds and was in the top 10 in Wales Rally GB last year. Runner-up last year in the WRC2 category in terms of the overall championship. Splashing his way through the final chicane, gets on the accelerator hard and early, and the back end of the car skips around a little bit, but he keeps it under control and charges back through. So Pontus Tidemand, the second driver through, and 2 very rapid young Scandinavian drivers we've had so far charging their way past us. The Finn Lappi and the Swede Tiedemann, who's not up there in terms of the overall honours. The top rally drivers in the World Rally GB standings coming into this, still to come a little bit later on in the section. So, no dramas yet, but they have no idea how much grip they're going to get until they actually get to the turns here. So it's all about the feel that they have for the cars. How they're able to react, catch the car if it gets slightly out of shape, which it's absolutely bound to do in these conditions. Pontus Tiedemann's 8th place in the rally coming into this, and doing a pretty decent job there. Right, our next car off the line, heading your way over the brow and past the flames, coming towards me any moment now in the commentary box with the lights on full blaze once it gets out of the chicane. And that first chicane is dealt with nimbly. There's no contact, which would be very easy to do, and this is the sound of the number 33 machine roaring past the commentary box. Elfyn Evans, everybody. This is 6th place in the rally at the moment. Elfyn's 5 stage wins, and the Welshman and British co-driver Scott Martin alongside him, with a couple of podium finishes this year, looking to try and secure his 2nd Wales Rally GB victory. Down into the final chicane on this part of the run he goes, down towards a sizable crowd that's gathered down there. And Elfyn Evans coming past you now.
Come on, Elfyn!
He got planned win in the RAC rally back in the early 1990s. 1 win so far at this level for Elfyn here a couple of years ago. 9 podium finishes. First Brit to win Rally GB since Richard Burns back in 2000. That was with a different co-driver, Daniel Barrett, with Scott Martin these days. And this is a tidy run for Elfyn Evans, making his way back past me, having gone through the donut area, switched the back end of the car out. The circuit drops away there. It's a little downhill run into that left hand, effectively hairpin as they go back onto the road. And even more standing water, and he's really attacked the chicane, and looked like he'd almost carried a bit too much speed in there and almost went straight on, but that was very aggressive stuff. So that's the first of the top 6 competitors that you've seen there. Elfyn Evans going through with what looked like an excellent run.
It wasn't the umbrellas.
So Elfyn on good form. Could he get a 6th stage victory? With the times there, well, it looked like it was possibly on the cards the way he went through there. It certainly looked like the quickest of the 3 that we've had so far. And Elfyn Evans, his work for the day done. So we'll sit and wait to see what his big rivals and competitors can do now. So the next car just been lined up, checked over, and will be released very shortly into our paths. And you'll hear some more huge sounds from one of the WRC class cars. 380 brake horsepower is being released. And next car underway. So here it comes off the line. Well, got to get that absolutely right. It's quite a long run before they have to think about hitting the brakes before they get to the first chicane. So you don't want too much wheel spin off the line on 4-wheel drive cars. Shouldn't be an issue so far. It has not been. It comes then, next car into my view, and sliding its way and popping and banging off the main road, and then down in towards the donut area it goes. And this is the number 3 car that you've got on track at the moment of Teemu Sunninen, Finnish driver for the M Sport Ford World Rally Team. And Sunninen has had some good results this season. 2nd in Italy, round 8 of the championship, a couple of 4th place finishes in Portugal and Turkey. In both Portugal and Chile, so a consistent finisher, but looks a bit fun with still to come for Sunninen. 2 podium finishes. 51 rallies contested, but lots and lots of of points scored. Comes back past me. Makes a beautiful sound as it does so, and back up towards the donut area it now goes. And no time seems to have been lost there at all. Already marching back towards me. Swings the back end out, uses the handbrake, slides it out, bang in the middle of the circuit. No dramas at all, and the car now just about to negotiate this chicane for the final time, and then burst to head towards the finish line. So that was, again, a very tidy looking run. So far, Elfyn Evans, of the cars that you've seen, has moved to the top of the overall leaderboard. Of course, he's still got his main rivals to go. So his time now for the rally, his total time, 2 hours 42, 54.1 seconds. After that run, 4 cars go. Tidemand, Lappi before Elfyn, and then Timo Sunanen having gone just now. So we've had one of our potential rally winners, Elfyn Evans. We've still got the rally leader and the championship leader, Luis Tanak, to come. Sebastian Ogier, Thierry Neuville, Chris Meek as well, who had such a good start to the rally yesterday. In Wales, Rally GB, a tough one to win, one they'll want to try and succeed in.
I'll find you.
Last year with Tanak, when he was running in the top 3, trying to win the overall championship, had quite a big off at the pre-event shakedown before the first stage, but he got back up there. Came here last year with a chance of the championship off the back of 3 consecutive wins, but he had a problem with the car, damaged his car after landing from a jump, and had to retire on the final day with damage to his sump guard and some radiator damage as well. If he'd won, he'd have moved into the championship lead. It looked like he was on his way to a victory, so it was a heartbroken sight for him last year. You may recall the pictures of him lying on the side of the road, absolutely distraught, knowing that probably the championship had gone. Conversely, Sebastian Ogier had a great start to the rally, but climbed up the order. On the Saturday last year, he was 5th at the start of the day, and he was 1st by the end of the day, charging back through. But looks like we've got the first of our Hyundai i20s making its way up to the line. And as the door opens, it looks to me as though we are going to get one of our key WRC competitors underway and back towards us. So there are 4 cars running through so far. I'll update you with the overall standings in terms of how they sit in the overall rally at the end of this, when the key runners come through. But Elfyn Evans, provisionally, but with the top 5 still to go, has moved to the top of the rally standings overall now. But of course, we'll see how it goes. He's certainly got a chance of moving up into the top 5 with a good win here. Another stage win, doing no harm whatsoever.
Isn't like the Galaxy says?
The Ford
No, she's looking for
of Evans, Sunanen and Tidemand, another Citroën of Lappi, which went first, and we are now going to get our first look at the Hyundai i20. Okay, it's been given the nod and waits for the countdown, and the car about to be released and into our paths any second now. As I say, it's a long run off the line, and so you've got to get the start absolutely dead right, because otherwise you lose a lot of time before you hit the brakes. Up at the first of the chicanes. Through the chicanes, there are just centimetres between the side of the car and the barrier stacks. If you hit one of those, you can have substantial damage to the car. twitching a little bit under braking, dancing around nicely on the exit, and first chicane negotiated over the pedestrian crossing, slams on the brakes, turns right and heads into our path. So the car you're getting now is the number 89 car of Andreas Mikkelsen, who's in the top 6 in the rally, the Hyundai i20. Anders Jäger alongside, second in the Argentinian rally, and has a couple of third place finishes in Italy, and last time out in Turkey was a top 6 finisher in the Rally GB last year, and has finished third in WRC 3 years running in 2014, 2016. Gets the back end of the car dancing around, and Andreas Mikkelsen, the Norwegian, on the spot as he comes out of the hairpin. Through the chicane, and looking good again. It's like a decent effort this. Right, back past me, turns left off the road, almost clips the wall on the way through the right-hand kink. As the car comes back towards you now, if you're at the donut area, swings the car around, wastes absolutely no time in doing that. And then charging back towards the final chicane now, out of the turn he goes. Give you an update on the times in a moment as well, on the split times that we've had for this stage. So through the final chicane he goes, and about to go over the line to complete the run. So far, of the runners that we've had, the quickest has been Lappi, 1 minute 55.9 seconds. Tidemand 159.4 with his run. We had a 157.4 for Evans and a 201.2 for Sunderland. So the quickest has been Lappi. The second quickest has been Evans. And of course Mikkelsen is one of the drivers that he's going up against. So once his time is recorded and put up onto the live timing screen, be able to update you as to where he fits into all of this. The run is split into two halves, if you like. First split and the second split. First split is about 38 to 39 seconds you want to be getting through there. So we'll see what Mikkelsen's time comes up. Or half of it does. Through the first split, there's a bit of a lag on the timing, but he was a couple of tenths down. So Lappi, even though he's a long way down the order, with the best time so far, only 28th in the overall rally, trying to fight his way back up through the order, but if he keeps driving, he should be able to make it in the not too distant future. Right, our next car already off and underway then. And coming down into that braking zone now for that first chicane. Lights ablaze, rain coming down, back end of the car dancing over the wet surface here. Turns right, goes past me, and then coming towards the donut area. So this next competitor is the number 11 car of Thierry Neuville, and through the donut area he goes. The driver that is third in the championship standings, the multiple runner-up in the WRC, Nicolas Youssoul alongside, his Belgian co-driver. Thierry Neuville, second in Wales Rally GB coming into this stage. So can he take what will be his third stage victory in the last 4? He's on the attack down towards the hairpin, on the brakes, swings the back end of the car around, he goes from left to right. On the public roads as well, which will be super slippy in these conditions, but no dramas. He gets as close as he can to the first stack through the chicane on the right hand side, and that enabled him to, as much as he could, straight line the rest of it. Absolutely flings the car past me and up towards the donut zone. Now he goes back into the car around, sliding it beautifully, Thierry Neuville. 5th in Wales Rally GB last year. It looks as though he's going to go better here. He gets the back end of the car dancing around as he gets back out onto the main promenade road. Thunders through the left-hand kink and now slows the car down. Through the puddles he goes, through the chicane. He makes contact with the back left of the car with the final bit of the chicane there. Bit of damage, but it won't be too much of a problem for him, and that looked like a very good run. He was 7 tenths down at the first split, so he was up rather, so he was quicker than anybody through the first split, and I think we may well have just seen the quickest run so far. It was the wing mirror that he lost. You can see there's already damage to other bits of the car from what's been a tough day for them as well, but that was some effort, so we'll wait for the confirmation, but he was over half a second ahead, and there you can see the wing mirror, what's left of it. One of our marshals is he going to return that, or is that going in the pocket? We'll find out, but they've saved it. The main thing is that it's off the track, because that could cause a bit of damage to tyres otherwise. So that's either going to be returned to Thierry Neuville, or it'll be on eBay on Monday morning. We've got the time through, and was it ever quicker? Thierry Neuville, 1 minute 52.5 seconds. So Lappi was the best on 155.9. Mikkelsen, while that was happening, his time was confirmed at 155.7. So Mikkelsen went 0.2 quicker than Lappi. But quicker than the ball by a mile, 152.5 seconds for Thierry Neuville. So it could be another stage win, but we'll see, because there's still some very quick drivers to come, including the reigning champion and including the current rally leader and current championship leader, Ogier and Tanak, respectively. Right, more thundering sounds and lightning headlights coming into view. Next car through and past me, number 42 this is. So it is Craig Breen who's in the top 10, another Hyundai, and Paul Nagel alongside, and the Irishman who finished just off the podium last year in 4th place, having another good Wales Rally GB, former Super 2000 World Rally Class champion. His best results this year is the 7th in Finland, but he has not competed in every rally done this year. It's 10 years since Craig Breen debuted. Great shot of the car there as it through the head and comes back on itself in just a split second. Neuville with a benchmark time of 1 minute 52.5 seconds to try and beat. Miles in front of the next best, which is Mikkelsen, on a 155.7, over 3 seconds slower. Just behind him, 1 minute 55.9, Lappi. He went first, and that was a good effort from Lappi. Craig Breen, how's he going to get on? Still to wait for the split time to come through. He's already dealt with the donut area for the second time. He's heading through. He was 0.6 down on the first split, but that would be easily good enough for second place. Lots of standing water. Again, he clips the second tyre stack through the chicane, this time with the back left of the car rather than with the wing mirror, as Neuville did. The Irishman over the line with what could be a good effort. I'm not sure it's going to be good enough to lead the stage, but it could and should, as long as he held it together through that last chicane, be good enough for second or third. He was only 0.6 down at the first split, so we'll have to wait for the time to be confirmed. But that looked like a decent effort, very smoothly done, getting as close as he dared. Long day for these competitors as well. Be up at the crack of dawn with the first stages underway, just after daylight breaks in the second day of the World Rally Championship. That first stage of the day at Elsie. Early morning start for them tomorrow as well, so it's pretty intense for them. Lots of energy required, concentration required, especially at this stage of the day, especially with these conditions, the worst they've had so far, and they've got to switch their driving style from having been through forests to being on public roads in this tarmac super special stage, so it's all being thrown at them. Next driver underway, charging towards that first chicane. Looked like a decent start, still waiting for Craig Breen's time to update. Alvin Evans 4th at the moment on this stage, so it's not going to be another stage win for him. Sliding the car through then, and it's one of the Toyotas number 5 that's coming through your way now. So Chris Meek, winner of stage 1 at Alton Park. Sebastian Marshall alongside. 5 times a Wales Rally GB winner. I spoke to him on this ceremonial start in Liverpool, and I said, what's going to be a good result for you? What are you hoping to do? I suppose a win is all you're after. He said, yep, win. Nothing less to do. So Chris Meek certainly started the campaign. Craig Breen's time has come through as a 1:56. 157.9, so he lost time in the second half of the run and was actually not in the top 3. So 157.9, quicker, slower than Evans, so 5th at the moment. Evans 4th, 5th place for Breen. Charging through, Chris Meek, 2nd place a couple of rounds ago. In fact, last time out, 2 rounds ago in Germany, 4th in Argentina, 5th in Mexico, top 6 finishes in Monte Carlo in Sweden as well, and through in towards the final chicane. Don't think there's any contact with the chicane this time. I think he might have clipped one earlier on. So he's 103rd WRC events, and over the line he goes. So far, Thierry Neuville, 1 minute 52.5, easily the quickest, 3.2 seconds quicker than anybody else. Andreas Mikkelsen, 1 minute 55.7 second. 1 minute 55.9, Esapaka Lappi in 3rd place. And then 4th of the drivers that we've had so far, Elvin Evans, 1 minute 57.4. Craig Breen, 1 minute 57.9 in 5th place, and then we have to wait for the time to come through from Chris Meek, which looked like a pretty handy time, and one of the category winners that we've had so far. Once all of the big guns have come through, we'll have a look at how it sits in terms of the overall standings as well. Right, Chris Meek's time he was a 3/10 up at the first split, and in the end he did a 153.8, so he got 2nd with that. So Chris Meek looked pretty handy to the eye, and so it proved to be 1 minute 53.8, 2nd place in the stage so far for him. So Neuville 152.5, Meek 153.8, Mikkelsen 155.7. That was some run though from Thierry Neuville, absolutely on the attack and going for it. And I suppose if somebody keeps finishing 2nd in the World Rally Championship at this stage, when you're behind and chasing, you are going to give it absolutely 4 beans, which is what Thierry seems to have been doing today, especially this afternoon with 2 wins out of the last 3 stage victories. Right, Citroën on the way. Is this Sébastien Ogier? I think it is. The number 1 car, the 6-time World Rally Champion, making his way through the donut area and currently sitting in 3rd place in the standings in Wales Rally GB 2019. Always lifts the rear wheel off the tarmac there, which takes some doing in wet conditions, as he came and rejoined the main road, and then a huge splash as he goes through one of the puddles on the way to the chicane down towards the hairpin, heading straight for you. Don't worry, he knows what he's doing, and he turns the car round, and that's the 6-time world champion, the 5-time Wales Rally GB victor, just clipping and actually banging into one of the stacks there through that chicane. He clipped the first one, he probably hit the second one with the right side of the car, but it didn't slow him down very much. We'll have a bit of a graze on the side of the car now, and a few more bits hanging off it. The Citroën goes through. This looks spectacular from one of the greatest ever World Rally Championship competitors. The Frenchman comes through past the commentary box, on the handbrake, slides in all 4 wheels, drifting then. Back onto the tarmac he goes, through the left-hand kick over the crossing and down towards the chicane. This is looking good. He was a 2nd up at the first split, so this could be the new leader of the stage here in Colwyn Bay, because he looked no less rapid on the 2nd half of that run, and through he goes. But a 2nd up, and bearing in mind how far ahead Neuville and Meek were of the rest of the competition, this is good. So Elvin Evans is going to be disappointed that he might not even get into the top 4 or 5 in this stage. Sébastien Ogier looks to me like he's set the new time. Neuville quickest up until that point with a 1 minute 52.5. Then Meek 153.8, then Mikkelsen 155.7, but that looked like it might just have smashed it, and it could be a 1 minute 51. To wait for the timing to come through and be confirmed and double checked, and once it appears I will let you know. But Sébastien Ogier, the 9th driver to go, looking absolutely brilliant there, and that is why he'd be a 6-time World Rally Champion. He's pretty handy, and a record number of victories here in Wales Rally GB as well. So what was that time? Here it is, 1 minute 52.6. He didn't do it. Even though he was a 2nd up at the split, he lost out in the 2nd half, so by a 10th, Neuville still at the top of the timesheets. So Ogier, second, thought he might have blitzed that, but 152.6, a tenth off. He's gone ahead though of Chris Meek. I thought he was going to smash that, but maybe that end of the hairpin, maybe just lost that time when he clattered into that barrier. Right, Toyota on the way. And it is the championship leader, Oyt Tanak, and the current Wales Rally GB leader, the Estonian, looking to win his first World Rally Championship title, looking for his 6th rally victory of the year. Can he win this final stage of the day? Past the chicane he now goes, slows the car down, hopping and skipping through there. From here, you're straight into a concrete barrier. He gets it right, and he goes right through the hairpin. Quickly back underway, puts his word on the accelerator, up through the gears, down through the gears, back on the brake. Just getting slightly battered now. The wrapping that's holding that first tyre stack together, first hay stack together through the chicane